We have some sad news for today. Some of you have heard of it, and if you haven't, that's what this video is for. Unfortunately, we've lost one of our beloved artists from Arknights, and it's because of a massive copyright situation. I'm going to give you the timeline of what exactly happened, and later on I'll tell you my thoughts to this matter. So this is with regards to the Ascalon skin drawn by the artist named Senmo. So there is a whole Reddit Twitter thread, lots of people are commenting on it. Some people think it's overblown, some people think it's really serious, and this situation has gotten to the point that it's getting into other gamers' knowledge. So even the site itself, like Dexerto, which is very known for all the influencers or gaming news, made an article about it where they wrote a whole news headline for people to read about. So let me tell you as to what exactly happened. The very first date of this skin appearing is on 30 May when the Act or Die PV, which is the trailer for Phantom Outer, was released. So there were these skins that's being shown, and Ascalon was the only one with Live 2D. So if we look at the Live 2D skin itself, it seems fine from the first part, but then later on as Ascalon opens up a cape, then you see this sort of like beautiful wing, feather-like looking thing in the background. So people started questioning it when this PV was released. Those people who have played Monster Hunter before were asking whether it is maybe taken reference from Monster Hunter, but then most people were just saying, no, you're probably overthinking it at that point in time. Then the skin was actually released with this specific version on the 5th of June. So the event dropped on 5th of June, and the discussion became even bigger, where people were saying, doesn't this look like the monster Shagaru Magala from Monster Hunter? And people started making comparisons. Now that the skin is released within the game, people were asking, why is there a claw within the skin? You can see that faded blended thing over there, and if you see the monster itself, it's just kind of within the same spot, and the textures are all just the same. So this is a very odd thing that has never happened before in AK, and that's why people started asking whether there is a copy and paste situation. So the skin itself was in the game for 2 full days, until the 7th of June, an official Hypergris spokesperson then basically made a Bilibili post stating that they have confirmed through internal verification that there is improper use of other game art copyright materials. So it is confirmed. There is a reference to Monster Hunter. And they quickly contacted all the copyright holders to talk about the matter, and they apologized. So they quickly changed the skin as well. So in the middle of the night from 1 AM to 2 AM, there was an emergency maintenance to change the skin away from that feather-like version into this sort of like plain white but still a very nice looking skin. Then, 2 weeks later, on the 23rd of June, Senmo, the artist himself or herself, made an apology post. So this was posted onto her Weibo account, and then afterwards he posted that basically he's probably fired from the place and he apologized. So he himself is a fan of Monster Hunter and Arknights, and for whatever reason, he stated that he felt lazy at the time of creating the skin and then just pasted the image on. I don't quite understand how does an artist make a mistake like this. Like, were you on a time crunch? Were you stressed? Were you just really that lazy? Cause the crazy part about Senmo is that Senmo has been a long-staying artist within the game. So he's done a lot of works himself. In fact, 10 original characters by Senmo. It's crazy enough to say because that's even more than possibly Infokun, that is known for so many characters within the game. It's also more than Alchemaniac that some of you will know, more than Nami. Senmo has drawn just that many characters and so many skins as well. So it is crazy to think that this is the first mistake and probably the only mistake because Senmo is not within the game anymore. With the fact that Senmo is spotted for having plagiarism, it definitely opens up a bit of a can of worms where some people are discussing if he's plagiarized this one instance for any of the other artworks. Is there any form of plagiarism? Were there any references that were not meant to be? Well, there hasn't been any complaints, so hopefully there isn't. But still, for a lot of the characters that Senmo has drawn, they're very much original, and so many of them are beloved characters. So many of us love Ascalon, Ray, Delphine. I like Bryophyta. Bryophyta's cool. So it's sad to see that an artist who has done so many things for AK have to go just like this. The problem with this is that the copyright company that they're dealing with is Capcom, and you guys would know Capcom is like Nintendo. They'll never mess with things like this. If this kind of situation is not settled fast enough, they will probably have an official statement, this will blow up really big and it becomes like a very bad feud. And we also had a collab with Monster Hunter, if you remember, which is by Capcom. And to think that this occurred, hopefully it doesn't sour the relations between Hypergriff and Capcom. And the okay, and they just take it as an artist mistake. Now, some people may be wondering, is this not the fault of Hypergriff for allowing this plagiarism issue to occur and then let the work be approved and then basically shipped into an official skin? The thing to understand is that the quality control staff just sit in the shoes of them. They're not saints. They're not supposed to know every single glorious artworks or like games that are out there to know that some artists have decided to take an official game asset and to put it into their own game. If we see the case of the Lapland Outer Medal situation, where there was the plagiarism of an official French artist, I believe, and basically the whole design of that hand staff was being used, again, the quality control staff wouldn't know that if they don't even know that artists exist. And same thing, if the QC staff doesn't even play Monster Hunter, why would they know? At the end of the day, the fault of this is definitely very much on whoever drew the artwork in the first place. And I still do find it very baffling that this had to occur. Like, how did you have laziness after, I guess, 2-3 years of working within a company? Whatever is the case though, I want to just put that sort of part aside. And for the fact that Senmo has done so many works for us within Arknights, I want to give a big thank you, Senmo, for drawing so many beloved characters for us. There are so many great characters drawn by him or her, and I'm not going to speak for on behalf of everyone, just for myself, I really appreciate the effort that Senmo has given into this game space. Hopefully Senmo will be able to find new work. I don't think Hypergriff will take someone back like that because it's again a very major mistake. Get Senmo some time to reflect. Hopefully he'll have the spirit to draw again and some other company will be able to take him in. However is the case though, some of you would then be wondering, what will happen to the future skins for my beloved Ray, Ascalon, and all the other characters? Will there be no more skins for these characters? You don't have to worry, because whenever a artist were to leave, they will always find themselves new parents, like foster father and foster mothers, I guess. So in the case of like Senmo's pieces, you can see that Senmo has actually done Jessica Alter, but Senmo hasn't done Jessica herself. And in fact, that was actually drawn by Monokuro. Monokuro has done also a lot of characters for Arknights, but Monokuro didn't have like any sort of drama and whatnot. He just left the company peacefully because he just wanted to not work there anymore. So whenever an artist were to leave a company, someone else will be able to take over. So all of these characters here will basically find themselves new people who will take care of them. And hopefully whoever they may be, they can take good care and draw them beautifully. So that will take some time in terms of a transition, but hopefully whoever is next will be wonderful as well. So we'll see as that happens. And with that, that is just my thoughts on the situation. If you have your own thoughts as well, let me know down in the comments. And if not, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.